Hey Besties, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be focusing on dip powder fills. A lot of people think that you need to remove the previous set before starting a new one. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do a fill so you cut down on your time and save your clients' nails from additional filing. I'm going to show you what to keep on the nail, what to remove from the nail, and a few pro tips down the way. So let's get this look started. The color I'll be using today is Bear With Me. I'll also be using my dipping essentials, which are Bond, Base, Seal Protect, Top Coat, and Nourish Oil. I'll also be using clear powder and my recycling system. Okay besties, let's get started with our fill. I have my client here with about 3 weeks worth of growth. As you can tell, she doesn't have any lifting, and this is due to really good prep. If you want to learn how to prep your client's nails so they don't have any lifting, click on the link above so you can watch our step-by-step tutorial addressing some of the most common mistakes and how to fix them. I'm going to start by pushing back the cuticle to expose any non-living tissue. I'll then assess my client's nail. Since she doesn't have any lifting at all, we can start our fill by removing the top layers of colors with a coarse bit. If your client does have some lifting, you'll be able to notice because those areas will be a little bit white compared to the rest, regardless of the color. If you notice some of these areas are white, you'll want to make sure you file them completely off. If you don't, there may be air pockets underneath your fresh new dip powder set, and it will cause damage to the nail bed, so make sure you get rid of all these lifted areas. In case you guys are wondering, the color she previously had was Pink Petal, which is a beautiful sparkly pink with small shimmers. So cute, right? Because Kiara dip powders are super pigmented, you don't have to worry about filing off the color completely. You just want to make sure you remove most of the product to avoid a bulky nail. You also want to make sure there's a good transition from the natural nail bed to the dip powder, so make sure you smooth out the nail so there are no gaps. I know this can be a bit confusing, so I drew up a little graphic here to show you what I mean. You can see the picture on the right shows a good transition for a beautiful finish, as opposed to the picture on the left that still has the gap. You want to prep the nail including the exposed nail bed so the product adheres properly. I'm going to use a medium grit sanding band and gently go over the area where the natural nail is exposed, as well as the rest of the nail, so we get that transition we talked about. This is going to create a rough surface for our new dip powder to adhere. Now dust off the nail to make sure it's really clean. Now that we have our old product removed, we can start with our fresh new set. I'm going to dehydrate and prime the nail using Bond, but only in the areas where the natural nail is exposed. Now I'm not going to need to build up the nail with natural powder like I normally would. In this case, the foundation layers are already there, so I can jump straight into my color. This is why I love fills with dip. You don't damage your client's nails, and it's way quicker than doing a fresh new set. I'm going to grab my base and apply a thin layer a hairline away from the cuticle and dip into my powder at a 45-degree angle. I'm using this really pretty nude, and you can tell one coat is already enough to cover the product underneath. Always remember to dust the excess powder away to avoid contaminating your base. Now I'll do another thin layer of base, this time covering the entire nail but still avoiding touching the skin. Then I'm going to dip at a 45-degree angle once more and dust off the excess powder. That's it for our color besties. It's time to encapsulate and protect our fresh new set. For this I'll use my trusty recycling system. I use this thing with every dip powder manicure because it helps me keep my clear powder as clear as can be. I'm going to pour my clear into the first little tray and have it ready. Then I'll apply a thin layer of base over the entire nail and pour the clear over the top. Dust, 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 and remove all the excess powder. Now we're ready to seal and activate our new powder. Liberally apply the Seal Protect and allow it to activate and dry completely. You'll know it's dry and ready when you tap on it and hear that clicking sound. Next steps are filing, shaping, and buffing the nail. I'll just shape up my sides and free edge with my hand file. Then using my e-drill and a fine bit, I'll just fine-tune the overall shape of the nail, removing any lumps in the powder and making the cuticle area nice and thin. Then I'll buff the entire nail to smooth out the surface. Next, I'll grab my Seal Protect once more and apply it to the entire nail to help me activate this top coat. This step is super important, so make sure you grab a lint-free wipe and rub the nail to remove any extra Seal Protect that sits on the surface. And we're ready for a shiny top coat. Apply the first layer of the number 4 top coat and allow it to dry. Don't worry if it's a little matte, because your second layer is what's really going to make it shine. Apply another thin layer and allow it to dry completely before finishing it off with cuticle oil. And there you have it, besties, a quick and easy fill that takes you from a vibrant pink to a beautiful nude shade in no time. Thanks for joining me today, besties. I hope you learned a few new tricks and found this video helpful. Let us know in the comment section below what you want to see in our next video. Also, be sure to hit that bell to be notified when we post another video just like this one. See you in the next one. Bye, besties.